Welcome everyone. This is going to be a case study for price action on EU currently. It's the day is the 14th of September and we'll just be looking at the past 20 days basically up until today and just do a case study on price action. So this is going to also be part of the course case studies, and this you'll be able to look at and review. It will include case study will include higher time frame, lower time frame entries, the whole bang, the whole chest of drawers, the whole thing they were looking at will be included in the case studies. So there will be a section for case studies, and it will be just overviews as well as specific trades in them as well. But starting off with a few case studies just for you guys to get familiar with what's being shown. And yes, it's also kind of back testing as well, if you think of it about, yeah. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. So we have 16th, 17th, our 20-day look back, and then we have our low, and we have our high. So basically, what we needed to look at was, remember, we need to identify in that area, we need to identify, firstly you're going to write this out so you have seen this already. I'm going to write this, let's just do it here on the side. So we want to see 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, and we'll be looking at imbalance, order block, high, low. That's it. And remember, that is because, put a line in there, because in the middle, discount premium, basically. So just remember that. So we're looking first of all for imbalance, order block, hold, high and low. So first of all, we can see that we have imbalance in here. And we have a order block there as well. And then a hold, low. So first up on the table is is imbalance in a discount. So discount area. Imbalance is first up, and we see imbalance. So on the 1 hour, we can see price tapped into it. So potentially we had an entry over here. We'll look at entries again in a bit. So for now, I'm just going to place a circle around it so that we know what we're looking for later on. Okay, so we have this area for potential buy. So back to the 4 hour, because that's potentially where the buy was. So we could have then taken sells, remember, from the upside towards the downside. So Monday, the 10th of September, we had this high, sorry, that was Friday. So let's review this. So when we were still in this premium area, we knew we were trading down into the discount area, and the target would then obviously have been the imbalance. First target would have been the imbalance. So the trade in here, setup scenario, was an order block that we have over there, and on the 1 hour, I think we did review this. We could refine it even more to that area, and then on the 15 minutes, we refine it even more towards that full body candle. And remember, if we looked at our Asian session, which was there and there, we also had the projection blocks from low to high, 1.5, 1.5 rejection blocks. So there was the sell. We already covered this, so this is just recapping, and then obviously the target would be the low. There is your trade. Very nice, 26 R&R. Okay, so let's just clean up. So then we did reach the area below. Sorry, we did reach this area, and then trading from this area. So just look at this area. Okay. Now we need to identify where and how price is continue. First of all, I'm just going to remove the order box. So first confluence is just taking again a flip tool and placing. We'll just use range. We'll just use this one. 50% of it. So there's your aggressive entry. Stop loss below. It's a bit bigger stop loss, but you can still enter there. That's the one way of entering. Second way of entering is looking at the 1 minute at this price action. So we'll just look at the 1 minute and we can see. Okay, so in this case we had some equal lows, price pushed down, pushed back up. Now we're above this area. Now we need to find an entry. So in this swing point, price didn't really reach the 50% below in the discount, but in this one it did, so we can just call it like that, and it did reach for the imbalance. Remember, imbalance is first on the list, so 50% of it, stop loss just below, or we can place it below structure, 2 pips is always fine. And then we will need to be placing our take profit at an opposing liquidity area. So let's just go back to the 15 minutes and just clean out. So now we have price looking for an opposing area. So basically, this swing, when we reached into this area, created now the new swing. So this would have been now the new high and the new low. So I need to find a way to make this less. Just do this. Okay. So again, we move from a premium towards discount. So first of all, we're looking for, if we enter and we take a 15-minute POI, we want to ideally look for the lower time frame opposing one. So in this case, the 5 minutes. So on the 5 minutes, what is the first one that we're looking for? So we're looking for, so there we have imbalance. So that would have been the take profit, because it's the opposing POI, and it should always be a time frame lower. So that is your take profit. Okay. Then okay, we're still moving up, so we can still move on higher. So we know that on a higher time frame, 15 minutes or 1 hour, we are bullish now because we reacted off of the discount. Now we're moving back to premium, and we know that we can still move up deeper into premium. So then we need to combine it with our session openings and the sort. So we have 6, 2. So there we have our Asian session. So now we need to remember the rules as well. Remember, if the Asian session is trending, moving up higher or lower, in this case it was trending up higher, we're looking for a pullback into the range. So now we need to find a solid area. So we can place this, and we can see we need to find something in the discounted area to take a long off of. We don't see anything on the 15 minutes. But on the 5-minute, we see a clear. This was also in the morning analysis. Order block in there, and we can take 50% of it. So we can take 50% of it, and we can obviously aim. So if we just do scalping, we can then aim for the opposing POI, and the first one is imbalance, and we don't see any imbalance. So the next one is order block, and we see an order block in there. That is then the scalping quick trade, but we can also hold it longer. Why? Because of, we know that on the 1 hour, our higher time frame, we can see price moving up higher into the PD, in the discount area, because we still have imbalance to fill right there. So we still have that as well. So on the 1 hour, what's the first one? Imbalance. Where do we see imbalance first? There's the imbalance. So we know the imbalance can be filled. So on this trade, take profit and B. So this is not in my way. Just the bottom of the imbalance, just to be safe. But we can couple it with our projection tool. So we're on the 50-minute, we have our Asian range. So let's project low and high. We can see the 1 is perfectly in the imbalance. So that is then the take profit. Very nicely done. So I hope that makes sense for you. So this is just a quick case study on some of the trades for this week. If you've taken this one up, so there we had 26, 22, and then this one is 12R. So not too bad. This is coming from Friday, last week up until this week, Tuesday. So yes, that is the case study. I hope that made sense, and I hope you found some value in it. Alright guys, have a nice day. Bye.